So we're gonna brush Legacy, right Legacy? First we start out with the scraper. This gets off the mud, right? Sometimes he likes it, sometimes he doesn't. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. It's a bit fluffy though. Look at all this dirt. Sometimes I have to literally wear a mask when I'm working with the horses because it makes me choke. This is getting the mud off. I don't like his feet touched, so he's a little bit baby about that. This just breaks up the mud. He's alright, buddy. He's okay. Okay, you're next. You're next. Yes, you're next. You are. The best way to brush a horse is keep them busy by eating hay. That way they don't worry about what you're doing. Legacy likes to play games, so I have to keep him busy when I brush him. Otherwise he just annoys me and makes it so difficult to do. I know, but you have to get your legs done. They're all muddy. Once we get all the bulky mud off, then we can start on the little stuff. Under the belly, in between the front legs. All right. That gets the bulky mud off. This is the next thing we use. It's nice and soft, and it helps to do the limbs. Legacy won't let me do his limbs unless I lift them up, so come on. You're gonna be really a good boy. Yes. You gotta be good with him here. You don't wanna get, no, I don't wanna get caught. Be good. It's all right, it's just a brush. It's just a brush. Fine. All right, I'll hold it. See, he likes me to hold his legs. He's a big baby. Oof. I'm holding my breath. But this is something, you know, they're out in the mud. You can't help it. They're going to get muddy. But you want to make sure that there's no boo-boos in there. So it gives you a chance to go over them and make sure there's no scabs or any infections growing. I mean, they just get cut in the ice and stuff out in the field sometimes. And just gives you an idea of what's going on. All right, you can put it down now. Good boy. All right, now that I've messed with it a little bit, he's not so sensitive about it. And it feels good. And I think he likes it after he realizes, oh, we're not going to die now. Okay. Start a little higher up with the back, because he's really sensitive about the back, typically. But once he realizes what I'm doing, he should come around. You know, as I see the undercarriage here, I can see the spots that I missed with the heavy scraper, the mud scraper. That mud scraper comes in handy for a lot of things. It's good to get the water off if it's raining and they're soaking wet. And in summertime, they get caught in a rainstorm or something. It helps to scrape off the excess water so it can dry out quickly. But yeah, his feet feel healthy, and his skin around his ankles feels healthy. Very muddy, but nothing terrible. Nothing terrible. And I know it must feel good to get all that crap off. Let him do it. You usually have to pick him up by now. But he is growing up. And he's only 12. We've only done this for 12 years. You should get really used to it. Don't you, Kay? Don't you say, Legacy? You should get really used to it. So this is the winter checkup before the big shed starts. It's going to start shedding soon, and we'll have like 2 horses in the stall instead of 1 when all the shedding. Let's get to all the little spots that I missed. You like this, don't you? Isn't it good? I told you it would be. Oh, I know. I'm working on this leg. I'm confusing you now. Only 1 leg at a time. Huh? Only 1 leg at a time. I missed that spot. I only saw it when I came over here. Well, what am I supposed to do? Gotta do another one. You missed the spot down there too. Here, move your hay. You can see the hay really keeps him busy. like to tie them up. I don't want grooming to be an experience where they feel like controlled. I mean, it should feel good. It should feel like us going to get a massage. We don't want to be tied to the table without a massage. So I try to give them as much freedom as I can. Sometimes they get a little, you know, depending on the weather, if they haven't been out, they get rambunctious. But he's been good. A lot of dust. I know, sweetheart. Let me get your feathers. Oh, please. Thank you. Just want to get in there. Make sure there's nothing going on. Thank you. You can resume position. Now go back over here. You're blocking the whole camera. You gotta move over. Go that way. Keep going. Good, good. Okay, good. Perfect. All right. So they're pretty cooperative. They don't mind it being done. He's got to look out the window. He heard something out there. Is somebody going out and I'm not? Oh. Gotta take a peek and see what's going on. Oh, wait, let me see. No, it would be better if you were where people could see you. Well, I'll just move the camera. He wants to be over this way now. So I'll just move the camera over here. Well, I'll do this end. I don't know if it'll be good with the light. Hope it doesn't fall. Don't fall. Stay put. That should work. That should work. We good? Yeah, we're good. Good boy. You're a good puncher. And I see I missed stuff on that other leg. They're still very fluffy. It's kind of cold out, but I decided to take the coats off my horses. And the reason is, when I was checking them last time to get the mud off and stuff, I noticed that they had started to shed. And I know this weather is confusing everything, including me. So I didn't want them to shed out too soon. So I thought if I take the coats off, they're very fluffy. They might get a little chilly, and that'll tell their body, oh, it's not time to shed yet. But if they get too warm under their coats, they might shed off, and then if we got another month of winter left, they'll freeze their butts off. So I took their coats off, and they did stop shedding, as you can see. And no hair coming out, so that's good. Last time I did this, there was a lot of hair coming out. Sorry, buddy. Just all right. You want to hold it there for me? You're such a good boy. Thank you very much. What is this right here? We have a few little knots. We have this amazing stuff. It smells amazing. Yeah. And it'll be time enough where we'll be able to give you a bath, Legs. So now, what I'm gonna do, he hates this, so he's gonna walk around and be a little bit of a jerk because he doesn't like to be sprayed. So, and he's gonna check out my camera. Good boy. But the spray, it's just an olive oil, it's just a little mineral oil mixture. Good boy. And what it does is just a light spray. And what I can do now, oh, I missed a whole spot, is I can dust off the dirt. It collects to the spray, so it doesn't fly in the air, but you can, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a lot of just chunks of dirt flying to the ground instead of it flying around as dust. It kind of just like groups it together somehow and it flies right to the ground. So I'm not making him wet, I'm just kind of making it so I could brush him without having like a smoke-filled room. Good boy. I missed the spot up here, so I get this thing back. I missed it up here, Legs, and you got a few dreadlocks going on. I love dreadlocks, but we're gonna get them. Yeah, because they're gonna get caught on something, and then you won't have anything. Yeah, and do this side still. Like, gotta brush off the stuff I sprayed, and then I'm gonna do the other side of spray. You get to walk in the other direction. choking me. And now when I pet him, I don't get so much smoke out of there. Before I patted him, I would get like well, I still get quite a bit, but not nearly as much as when we started. And then by the time the weather warms up and we can give him a bath, that'll be another fun video. As you love baths. I'm being very facetious when I say that. He absolutely hates baths. Or at least he wants me to think he hates. I think it just gives him the opportunity to tease me. What do you think? Gives him the opportunity to pick on me a little bit. What you got there? It's like a little bite of something. Let's see. And this is why you want to brush your horse. You find little boo-boos. I mean, they do play in the field. Sometimes the boys get a little rough and they'll get a boo-boo, but hair grows back. But now it's looking really nice. And I had this really amazing smelling stuff that I used for the tail. And it's called Survivor by Equus, and I love this stuff. I'm doing a little advertising for Equus. Is this one open? I might have a seal on it. Oh, it's okay. Oh, my hands are a little cold. They're not working so good. I only need a dab. Just a little tiny bit. And then what I do is I work that into his tail, and it helps to get the knots out. It smells amazing. It's all natural. It smells like magnolia blossoms. And the name of my farm is Magnolias and Snowbirds, so I love magnolias and I love snowbirds. Snowbirds are those little chickadee guys that you see, little gray birds with little black, they got cute little beaks. They come in the winter time. Those are snowbirds. And I love to paint them. So anyway, it looks like we got a good start on this tail. So we need just a little detangling brush. Yeah. And a lot of people will tell you, never stand behind a horse. Well, that's probably a good rule of thumb. But I know my horse. I mean, I've been with him since he's a baby. You know, we brought him home at 8 months old, and I met him when he was just a few days old. Or maybe the day after he was born. He was my friend Diane's horse, and his mom rejected him when he was a baby. So it was a really sad situation up front. But I wound up bringing both of them back to my house, to my farm. And we've been here ever since. His mom passed away a few years ago. And legacy is my boy. It was a stallion for a while, but we never bred him because that's when the crash happened and there was a lot of abandoned horses, and I felt like, you know, why should I contribute to more horses going to slaughter because they're abandoned or people can't afford them? And so I decided that it would be best to gel them. Now I could have kept him a stallion, but then I would never be able to let him in with other horses and he would have been very lonely. So it took me a little while for him to be acclimated to go in with horses because as a stallion he was by himself. He's great. He loves being with the horses and there's no silly stuff going on. He's a happy boy. So he's my buddy. He's my buddy. And tails get tangled, but they are beautiful once they're combed. Best thing is to just kind of separate them out and a little bit at a time. And he is losing some hair in his tail, you can see. And it's not necessarily from me pulling on it. They do shed. And I mean, there are a few knots, but I'm not pulling hard enough to pull, you know, his hair out. And I'm holding it, if you can see. I'm holding it. Split that one in half. This, you know, this is very much like culling fiber when you want to spin. we don't use a horse brush, of course, but we are lining up all the fibers to be straight and untangled so we can draft them to spin in. I can't imagine spinning something this long, but that's essentially what we're doing is we're separating the fibers so they hang nicely. And now that there's a little bit of this silicone in his hair, which is the base, which I don't like to, I put it on the hair, but I don't like to necessarily get it on his skin. I don't think it would hurt him, but it just keeps his tail from getting dirty, and it also helps to keep it from tangling. So it's a great assistance when you have quite a few horses that you got to take care of. It keeps them from getting so disgusting. And it smells amazing. It's like when you're doing this job, it just smells amazing. And then after what I do, after I brush them and get them all cleaned up, is I take his feet out. And then what I do is I run a little energy on them and get them all relaxed. And they love that. It's like that massage after your spa treatment, you know? And I just love it. And I'm getting quite a bit of this tail here, so I may keep this fiber and see if I can't maybe make a bracelet from it or something. I do have a lot of horse hair that I've saved. Anytime a horse passes away, I save a piece of their tail or a piece of their mane, and I want to make either a bracelet or something to remember them by. And even if I don't keep it for myself, I might give it to one of the kids that came to the farm and rode that horse and really loved that horse, you know. So I do save the hair when I can. But he's not nearly as tangly as I thought he would. I mean, quite frankly, I haven't touched his tail in 4 months. So to be able to comb through it this quickly is pretty amazing. I think we got it. Good, we're set. Yep, there's a few more little snag lines. But see, he doesn't mind getting his tail combed. You know, their tails look so long and beautiful. It's all hair because I'm holding the tip of his tail is literally right there. It's really short. That's why when you see those draft horses pulling the parts, they have really tiny tails. It's not that they cut their tail, it's that they cut the hair off. Sometimes they do. I've heard that sometimes they do dock their tails, but I don't think that's a very good idea. So anyway, we have got one tangle-free, beautiful tail. Right, let me see. Okay, so I'm going to put this little hair here. Oh, this is your hair. This is what I got from you. This is what I got from him. I got this from you. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with his mane. But what I'm going to do this time, because I have a few dreadlocks, I'm going to really saturate those dreadlocks. It smells lovely, doesn't it? See, I'm just going to put it on the ends, especially where the knots are happening on the dreadlocks. And then kind of just go through his mane. It's really not much through here. It's just really those ends that kind of got gathered together. And then up here, my little hair in the front. Oh, come here. Did I scare you? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. All right. Okay, go back to eating. Okay, go back to eating. And again, I kind of start at the bottom and just helps, that stuff helps to just kind of loosen up any kind of knot, or just like a kid, you know, you brush the end and you brush kind of up the hair when you find where the knots start. You start down low and you kind of brush upward, and they come right out. Already done half the mane. Oh, I have some people that I know, when they get knots. They're like, oh, I can't, I just cut the knots out, and the mane's just terrible. And of course this mane is just so beautiful. I can't imagine why anybody would want to cut those knots out and chalk up that mane like that. Just drives me crazy. But anyway, I've got half the mane done already. Maybe I will move this so you can see me better. Now we're gonna go to this corner. Okay, you're traveling the barn stall. But I hope that the sun isn't gonna be a problem here. But I wanna be able to yeah, that works, I think, as long as I can stay out of the way. Yeah, I just work on the very ends. And where I put that stuff, it's all ready. I'm gonna bring the phone over because really, it's like people look at this and they say, wow, what a mess. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. See, it's just really all goobered up. There's two of them. But you know what? I just started brushing the ends and look at how they're like little braids that just kind of mesh together. So it'll come out. Maybe we could do it from here again. I don't know, we'll see. Kind of, I don't want the camera to fall. I think that'll work. All right. So, I just be a little patient, let those little tines do their work. And it's coming right out. Look at that, look at that. Coming right out, coming right out. That stuff is magic. It's called Survivor. If you guys have horses, look, got them all separated already. That's coming right out. And the important thing is to start at the tips, you know, because otherwise if you start at the top, you kind of mesh those knots in. You know, you think of weaving. I don't know if any of you weave, but you know, once you pull that that weave into place and lock it in, it's locked in. So you don't want to do that with the hairs. But actually it's making a pretty little curl now that he's we're getting them combed out. So now I've separated that one piece into like 3 or 4 pieces. It's going to be a little frizzy because it's been curled, you know, so it's kind of frizzy, but there's no knots. And I'm going to go to the next one. No knots. And what I'll do at the end, so it won't kind of want to knot back up, is I'll probably take a little water out of this water bucket and just wet those pieces so the curl comes out and goes straight. And then it'll dry. It won't make him cold because it's on the tips of his hair. I won't get him wet, just the curls. But look at how fast that comes right out. Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. People don't have a lot of patience with knots, but you don't have to if you just start at the ends. And you know, think of it as spending time with your horse. Don't think of it as a chore so much. And it won't make you so upset. But people do. I know people that get really upset with knots. It's really no big deal. I'm going to have to, and not having enough room to work with my room. I'm going to have to. Let me put your head back here so we can work together here. I missed that one. I think I might be blocking where I'm working, but you can see he's really enjoying this time with me. Think of all my kids. You know, the kids don't like to get their hair done, so give them something to play with while you get the knots out of their hair, and put a lot of glue in there, and typically it makes the job a whole lot easier. This one's a little bit more knotted than the others were, but still, even for the capacity that it's knotted, it's coming out really quickly. Sometimes I might have to break a hair or two, but it's okay. It's okay to break a hair or two. But I don't think I'm going to have to here. It is coming slowly but surely. Yeah, it's coming. A little patience, a little more patience, and I'll get through it. I actually break more tines on my brush brush tongue sticking outside. But these little, they call them Tangle Wrangles brushes, Tangle Wrangler brushes, and let me tell you, they're the best. I got it separated down to 2 pieces again, like the other one, and the knots are coming right out. I just got to travel up each piece of the dreadlock now, and bring it to the end. And here it goes. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. A little bit of oh, you got one behind it, you didn't even see. Oh, it's got stuff on it, so it's coming out. Boy, Legacy. You're so good. What a good boy. I have my horses on real natural diet. I've kind of gotten away from the grain. They've really, with the grains over the years, they've really punched in on the high protein. You've got to have high protein, high protein. Well, Legacy, from the high protein, and that's only 12%, he can't handle it. And he's developed a little thyroid problem, which we are managing naturally as well. He had a goiter on his neck, the size of, my sweetheart, I'm almost done, the size of a baseball. I'm going to show it to you now. We've been treating him with, I've been making a mash every morning for them to eat of, they make these pelleted grass, compressed pellets of just grass. Not Timothy, just an orchard grass, simple orchard grass. Grasses that they would eat normally in the wild. And I've been putting a few of those in the bottom of a pan, and I've been putting herbs and spices and all the things that they would naturally eat. Sometimes I'll mince up a little apple in there or some carrot tops or something that they normally would eat. I wouldn't say they'd get a carrot because they're underground. Unless they dug a little, they might get a little of it, but they're not going to eat a whole carrot. They might definitely would eat the carrot tops if there was a wild carrot out there. Strawberries, sometimes they get strawberries. I don't put a lot because they're not going to get a lot. So and they love it. I use Manuka honey. I use a tablespoon of Manuka honey. I mix it up with purified water, and only because I have sulfur water. Otherwise I wouldn't do purified water, but I want them to like it. They love it. And they only get a half a cup each. A half a cup. And this stuff is like $19 a bag. It lasts me like 3-4 months for the entire farm because my sheep are on it too. And look, we're not talking skinny here. These guys are, look, and it costs me nothing to feed them. It's amazing, and they're healthy. And now I want to bring this over to show you. He had a goiter on his neck, and I'm telling you, it was the size of a baseball. You can see right there. Look at that. It's completely disappearing. It's completely disappearing. It was out to here, and I was worried that he was going to choke. And guess what? I've gotten back to nature, and it works. And it's working for my farm. My animals are healthy. They don't get fleas. They don't get stuff like that because they're healthy. And I'm happy. So anyway, we got this man combed out. And can I see your front hair? Thank you. I know you're mad at me because I'm stopping you from eating. So he's good. Ears are clean. Sometimes they get these little whorl plaques in their ears. His ears are fine. I'm going to pick his feet now if I can find a pick. Where's the pick? Under all his hair. Oh, I found one. This is not the one I like. Ew. Can I have a hoof, please? Thank you. What a good boy. Let me just pick out the hoof. Give it a chance to dry out in here. Gosh, it's nice and no smellies. A lot of mud out there, so I worry that it's Russian stuff, but nice and good. It's good. This one, please. Thanks, baby. Good boy. Good boy. Bad, I lost my horse's feet because they're so clean. And they never have shoes on them, and they do great. So, this one, baby. Thank you. No, come on. Go, please. Thanks. a beautiful hoof. Beautiful, beautiful dry. Even in all this mud, nice dry hoof. Oh, please. Thank you. All right, thank you. Now, I've done everything but floss his teeth, and I'm not going to do that. So, anyway, that was brushing the horse. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. And this is Farm Fiber and Art signing off. See you next time. Bye.